Hanuman had been going from place to place in Lanka in search of Sita. He approached the Ashoka Vatika. He was immersed in the thoughts of Sita. When shall I be lucky to look at her face? He thought, she who is endowed with the delicate beauty of a spotless moon and is Sri Rama's beloved. How shall the helpless woman shackled under Ravan's control ever cross my path? He climbed the boundary wall of the Ashoka Vatika and looked around from the top. Vasanta had set in and the branches of trees were bent with the weight of bouquets of flowers at their tips. Hundreds of creepers climbed the trees in the mango orchards. Hanuman jumped like an arrow shot from a bow and landed amidst the trees. Valmiki has vividly described the sights and sounds in the pleasure garden of Ravana, where he had kept Sita as an imprisoned person. The large garden was surrounded by trees of the colors of gold and silver, writes Valmiki. The place echoed with the song of a variety of colorful birds, while herds of deer roamed around freely. Hanuman listened to the cooing of the quail and the drone of the brahmaras. The deer and the birds seemed excited. Hanuman's movements disturbed birds sleeping in their nests. As the birds flew, the wind shook the trees that shed colorful flowers. What an image! Ashoka Vatika lost her shine to Hanumana's trampling when he jumped from one branch to the other. The Vatika resembled a young woman who has been enjoyed to the hilt by her lover. With hair dishevelled, unguents smeared, the amrit of her lips sucked, and her body bearing marks of his teeth and nails. This is Shringar Ras at its finest. Looking around, Hanuman noticed eye-catching platforms made of gold, silver and gem-studded tiles. He saw ponds full of fresh water with jewelled steps and hillocks of coral and pearl at their bottom. Chakarvak couples rested on their banks, which resounded with the calls of papiha, hansa and saras birds. A stream like a beloved jumping out of her lover's lap flowed from a hillock in the Vatika. The stooping boughs of the trees on its banks glided on its water like maids, restraining their friends from deserting her lover in anger. The Kapishreshta saw an Ashoka tree of golden hue, rich in foliage and wrapped in creepers that spread on its branches to make several canopies. Climbing the Ashoka tree in no time, Hanuman thought, from this vantage point I can look around the huge garden and maybe catch a glimpse of Sita. Weighed by sorrow, maybe sometimes she wanders in this direction of her sweet will. The evil Ravana's Ashoka Vatika is certainly an enchanting place. Therefore, Sita, Sri Rama's queen, must frequent this site. Possibly the doe-eyed Sita, beloved of Sri Ram, has withered, pining for him, thought Hanuman. However, it is time for the morning prayers, and Sita will definitely visit this sacred stream for her prayers. If the moon-faced Sita is alive, she will surely come to this cool bank. This is the description of Ashoka Vatika as given by Valmiki. Scenically, it's a beautiful place, but for the person who is imprisoned there, it's a chamber of torture, lack of freedom, of sorrow. Jai Shri Ram.